Want to learn a new hour of fun facts? So welcome to Zarpado. Don't forget to subscribe. We're starting. In Bangkok, Watanapanik Restaurant's Noya tuna soup has been cooking non-stop for over 45 years. Fresh meat, tripe, and spices are added daily, but they always retain some of the original broth, creating a deep and unique flavor. It's like an eternal stew that improves with age, almost like a living culinary relic. The dengue detector, called Mazigo, uses computer vision to detect mosquitoes in real time and mark them with a red laser, like targets in a video game. This way, you can locate them before they bite. A futuristic ally against bites and diseases like dengue. Procter & Gamble created a prototype that's as curious as it is useful. A robot called Rollbot that, upon receiving a signal from an app, delivers toilet paper directly to the bathroom. It works with Bluetooth and wheels, like a mini emergency rescue delivery man. The hero we all need when we're most vulnerable. Asperatus clouds, officially discovered in 2009, look like giant waves churning in the sky, like a raging ocean floating above our heads. They're so unusual that they're still being researched, and it's still unclear how they form. Stung dogs have gone viral for their swollen snouts after failed encounters with bees, resembling living caricatures. Although they are generally harmless, you should keep an eye on them for allergies. However, their "I'll never smell flowers again" expression is already a social media classic. The world's most luxurious mask, created by Israeli jewelry brand Ivel, was made for a Chinese businessman and is valued at $1.5 million. It features 250 grams of 18-karat gold, 3,608 natural diamonds, and an N99 filter, all in a piece weighing 279 grams. High-level protection with red carpet shine. Stargazy pie is a traditional Cornish dish where sardines poke their heads, and sometimes tails, out of the crust as if gazing at the stars. Hidden beneath the pastry is a mixture of potatoes, bacon, eggs, and a creamy mustard sauce. A recipe as tasty as it is disturbing to look at. During the 2014 Rally Mexico, Thierry Neuville experienced a leak in his Hyundai's radiator just before the finish. With no coolant and the engine overheating, he and his co-driver improvised by pouring a Corona beer into the system. Surprisingly, it worked. They made it to the service station and finished third. An electric wheelchair with a very futuristic design that can safely climb stairs. Our BRO electric wheelchair goes up and down stairs and steps at the touch of a button, taking you to your destination safely and without any outside assistance. The Alieno Unum is a Bulgarian-made electric hypercar that looks like it came straight from the future. It has 24 electric motors and can reach up to 363 miles per hour. Plus, it incorporates air thrusters to improve performance and stability. It recharges with electricity, and it also breathes air as part of its system. Did Halle Berry know Adrian Brody was going to kiss her at the Oscars? Absolutely not. Years later, she revealed that she thought, "What the hell is going on?" According to her, that kiss wasn't planned and clearly took her by surprise. An underwater concert? That's Aquasonic, a mind-blowing show by the Danish band Between Music. The musicians submerge themselves in specially designed tanks to play handmade instruments and sing with unique microphone. They don't use scuba gear. They just come up to breathe between songs. Everything is designed to recreate real-life underwater conditions, right down to the temperature. In Gibraltar, planes and cars share the same road. The airport runway crosses a public road, and every time a plane takes off or lands, traffic stops like a passing train. In the off-season, the wait can be 10 minutes, but in the summer, it's better to be patient. Boxing and chess in one sport? It exists, and it's called boxing chess. This combat alternates between rounds of punches and blitz chess matches. You can win by knockout or checkmate, which makes it as mental as it is physical. It's played in a ring, with gloves, strategy, and a lot of concentration. That smell of wet earth we love so much? It's called geosmin, and it's produced by soil bacteria when it rains. Our sense of smell detects it even in minute quantities. It's like a natural signal that water's on the way. The pygmy seahorse measures less than an inch and is a master of camouflage. It lives in the corals of Southeast Asia, blending perfectly into its surroundings. Its tiny bumps make it nearly invisible among the gorgonians. It's one of the smallest fish in the world and lives in schools of up to 20, a rare marine gem. Parahawking is an incredible blend of paragliding and trained birds of prey. Participants fly alongside falcons or vultures, following their instinct to find updrafts. Birds lead the way in the sky, and humans follow. It's a flight experience guided by nature. The Xiaomi SU7 is the brand's first electric car, and it's arrived with a bang. It accelerates from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 2.78 seconds, combining power and technology. Its battery offers up to 500 miles of range, ideal for long trips. It was introduced in 2021 and launched in 2024, a futuristic sedan that redefines mobility. In Tokyo, it's already common to see delivery robots carrying food on the sidewalks. They were developed by Cartken and Mitsubishi Electric, and Uber Eats uses them for its deliveries. They measure just over 2 feet, have 6 wheels, and can carry up to 44 pounds. They move at a leisurely but sure pace. The future is now home delivery. Raccoons are famous for washing their food before eating it, but they don't do it for cleanliness. In fact, this curious behavior stems from an ancient instinct. Their ancestors hunted in rivers and developed the habit of handling food in the water. By wetting their paws, they also improved their sense of touch. The Tropical Islands Resort, located on a former airbase in Germany, is the world's largest indoor water park. With over 710,000 square feet of land under cover, it houses a 656-foot-long pool surrounded by white sand, creating a tropical paradise in the heart of Europe. Within the resort, visitors can stroll through the world's largest man-made rainforest or relax in areas mimicking Balinese landscapes. It also features an exciting 89-foot-high slide. Step into the Void is a glass observation deck located in the French Alps at 12,605 feet above sea level, almost touching the sky. Designed by Pierre-Yves Chaise, this suspended cube has completely transparent walls, floor, and ceiling, giving the sensation of floating over the abyss. From there, you can admire the majestic Mont Blanc and the surrounding peaks. The Indian giant squirrel, also known as Ratufa indica, is one of the world's most impressive rodents. Native to the humid forests of India, this species is famous for its size and vibrant coat of orange, black, and white. It can jump up to 6 meters, an impressive feat for navigating the trees. The Thumbee is a video game console so tiny it fits in the palm of your hand. But don't let its size fool you. With a 72 by 40 pixel monochrome OLED display and 2 megabytes of memory, it offers hours of portable fun. Despite its size, it features a piezoelectric speaker and battery, a gem of miniature technology. The Drift Mansion in Tennessee is a paradise for speed lovers. For $1,500 a night, you can enjoy a private, luxurious racetrack, perfect for getting your adrenaline pumping. A unique place where excitement and comfort collide. The Cassiopeia jellyfish, known as the upside-down jellyfish, has a unique lifestyle. Instead of floating freely, it attaches itself to the seafloor with its bell and holds its tentacles upward. It feeds on symbiotic algae, known as zooxanthellae, that live on its tentacles. Every year, 50 million red crabs undergo an epic migration on Christmas Island, Australia. This natural phenomenon is so impressive that it attracts thousands of tourists who want to witness this incredible journey. The crabs move from the jungles to the Indian Ocean to reproduce, an event that lasts several weeks. In 2015, Italian astronaut Samantha Cristoforetti became the first person to drink espresso on the International Space Station, thanks to the innovative iEspresso machine. This machine was the first specifically designed to prepare espresso in space, allowing astronauts to enjoy a drink in zero gravity. Aceton burchellii ants, known as army ants, have an amazing ability. They form living bridges with their own bodies to cross obstacles. By joining a human chain, they create temporary structures that allow them to continue moving forward without stopping. Liquid trees, like Liquid 3 in Serbia, are a revolutionary innovation in the fight against climate change. They use microalgae to absorb CO2 from the air and convert it into biomass, while simultaneously producing oxygen. These devices combine technology and nature, offering a sustainable solution to improve air quality in cities with high pollution or limited space. Kabaku in the US uses augmented reality to display dishes in 3D before customers order. This app allows customers to view the menu in 3D, see the food in real scale, and pair side dishes with main dishes. Thanks to this technology, diners can visualize how the dishes will look, enhancing their dining experience. The Hohenzollern Bridge in Cologne, Germany, is famous for the more than 40,000 padlocks that lovers place on its structure. Along its 1,300 feet, these padlocks add a total of 4,000 pounds of weight to the bridge. Each one symbolizes a couple's eternal love, creating a unique romantic tradition. Line 2 of the Chongqing Metro in China is famous for passing through buildings in the Liziba district. At this station, the elevated train passes directly through a residential building, similar to a monorail. In 2016, a Chinese couple celebrated their wedding on the impressive Xinyuzhai Glass Bridge in Hunan Province. At a height of approximately 590 feet, the bridge, which is 984 feet long, is located in Xinyuzhai National Geological Park. The ceremony took place on August 9th, Valentine's Day in China. In Etzatlan, Jalisco, Mexico, stands the world's largest hand-woven pavilion, crafted by local artisans. This incredible work is made with crochet and colorful raffia and was woven by more than 200 women over the course of 8 months. In 2019, the pavilion received Guinness World Records recognition for its size and complexity. Planarians are flatworms with a superpower worthy of science fiction. If you cut them into tiny pieces, each one regenerates an entire body. Even the brain reappears. Their regenerative capacity is so astonishing that they have been studied in laboratories around the world. The scales of fish like tilapia and pirarucu have been turned into high-tech marine bandages. Their collagen helps heal serious burns faster, with less pain and better cosmetic results. This technique, developed in Brazil, uses what was previously discarded, a medical miracle from the water. In 2021, Denmark broke the world record with the tallest sandcastle on the planet, 69.4 feet of pure creativity. It surpassed the previous German record by more than 10 feet. Decorated with pandemic motifs, this golden giant required nearly 5,500 US tons of sand and 30 artists to rise to the sky. Sanitronics self-cleaning toilets, like the famous rotating toilet, use a system with 2 toilets that rotate after each use. One is clean while the other is ready. They are ideal for public places like gas stations, offering maximum hygiene without contact. Technology that takes care of cleanliness and your peace of mind. Gummy is a robot created to launch gumballs straight into your mouth with surgical precision, like a sniper-like pastry chef. It uses sensors and trajectory calculations to avoid missing the target. Saori Yoshida is a living wrestling legend. She won 14 consecutive world titles and 3 consecutive Olympic gold medals in the 121-pound category. Her streak is the longest annual winning streak in any major sport. Bombardier beetles have a chemical superpower. They mix substances in their abdomens and shoot jets of 212 degrees Fahrenheit hot acid to scare away enemies. Their defense sounds like a mini explosion. They're like miniature armored tanks with a built-in chemical lab. Hiroto Ogiwara made history at the 2025 X Games Aspen by becoming the first snowboarder to land a 2,340 grades jump, equivalent to 6.5 turns in the air. His maneuver, executed with pinpoint precision, left judges and spectators speechless. A Chinese engineer went viral after creating a homemade laser gun designed to eliminate mosquitoes in mid-flight. The device detects the insect's movement and fires a precise beam that instantly kills it. It sounds like science fiction, but it's real and functional. The Atlantic Ocean Road in Norway is one of the most spectacular roads in the world, famous for its dramatic curves and proximity to the raging ocean. It connects several islands via 8 bridges, with Storsundset being the most iconic and photographed. Besides driving, you can stop to fish for cod or enjoy the views from its viewpoints. In Sasami, a small coastal town in Japan, there's a mailbox submerged 32.8 feet underwater, and it actually works. Divers can leave waterproof postcards, which are then collected by local post office employees. It was installed as part of a tourism campaign and has already received more than 38,000 letters. Have you noticed the secret numbers on your tires? The first tells you how wide the rim is, the second its profile, and the third the rim size in inches. But that's not all. They also indicate how much weight they can support and how fast they can travel. The Royal Clipper is the largest sailing ship in the world and holds a Guinness World Record to prove it. With its 42 sails, it offers a sailing experience that blends the classic with the modern. It's not your average cruise, but it's ideal for those who love the sea. On board, you'll enjoy luxury, tranquility, and incredible scenery. Miami's Hard Rock Stadium isn't just about football, it's also about drone racing. It's the first NFL stadium to host this kind of futuristic competition. Drones fly at full speed between lights and obstacles, creating a spectacular show. In 1900, the Mammoth camera was built, the largest in the world. It weighed 1,411 pounds, measured over 13 feet, and required 15 people to operate it. It was specifically designed to photograph entire trains in a single shot. It cost $5,000, a fortune at the time. A true photographic beast, Koh Phangan in Thailand is a fishing village built entirely on stilts in the sea. Their homes, schools, and even their soccer field float on water. It's an amazing example of adaptation and community life in unusual conditions. Have you ever seen a caterpillar turn into a butterfly? It's one of nature's most amazing spectacles. The caterpillar forms a chrysalis, and inside it, its body completely transforms. The Wuppertal monorail in Germany has been in operation since 1901. Known as the Schwebebahn, it's the oldest monorail in the world. It runs 8.3 miles, has 20 stations, and is suspended from a single track. Although it can reach to speeds of 37 miles per hour, it travels quietly at about 17 miles per hour. In 2014, Google ventured into the sands of the Liwa Desert in the United Arab Emirates with a brilliant idea, mounting 360 degrees cameras on camels. The goal was to capture images for its famous Street View feature. Thanks to this curious initiative, anyone can now explore the Golden Dunes from the comfort of their home. In Bokrijk, Belgium, you can experience a unique adventure, riding a bike through water. Cycling through water is a trail opened in 2016 that crosses a lake along a 692-foot-long path with the water at the height of your wheels. This attraction is located within the Bokrake Open Air Museum, surrounded by history and nature. The route departs from Hasselt and offers a magical sensation, as if you were pedaling inside a giant mirror. Can you imagine buying 30 Rolls-Royces in one fell swoop? Well, that's what Stephen Hung did, a Hong Kong businessman who broke records by ordering 30 customized Phantom models for his ultra-luxury hotel. This was the largest single purchase in the brand's history. Each car was designed with exclusive details to impress future guests of the Louis XIII Hotel in Macau. The vampire crab, or Geosaucerma dennerle, is a nocturnal creature with a striking purple color. Its orange or yellow eyes give it an enigmatic touch, making this small animal a true mystery of nature. The Guoyang Tunnel in China is an impressive feat of engineering and perseverance. Hand-dug by 13 local villagers in the 1970s, it took them 5 years to complete this 0.75-mile tunnel through a mountain. At just 16.4 feet high, the tunnel is not only a feat of engineering, but also one of the most dangerous places in China. The NY Dublin Portal is a fascinating art installation that connects two iconic cities in real time, New York and Dublin. Through two video screens, visitors can see people in the other city. This digital window between two worlds was a groundbreaking experience, although it had to be temporarily closed due to inappropriate behavior. Bees of the genus Agochlora are fascinating for their bright metallic green color, which makes them stand out among other species. These bees live in Central America, and their unique appearance gives them an almost magical air. The Wilson X Connected is an innovative, 3D printed, airless basketball that incorporates sensors to track shots. Its $2,500 price tag is justified by its unique 3D printed polymer structure, which gives it bouncing ability without the need for air. It also offers a play feel similar to a conventional ball, but with a more consistent bounce thanks to improvements in its design and manufacturing. The octopus Granelodon bora pacifica has the longest incubation period known in the animal kingdom, caring for around 56,000 eggs for 4.5 years before dying. This deep-sea octopus not only stands out for its longevity, but also for being the most durable of its species. Cats lack the TAS1R2 gene, which allows them to detect sugars, which explains why they are not attracted to sweet foods. Unlike many other mammals, their lack of interest in sweet tastes is due to this genetic deficiency. So even if you serve them a dessert, they won't be interested. The jaguarundi is a wild feline similar to the puma. Although it resembles a domestic cat, it is larger and has distinctive characteristics. It is a medium-sized, slender animal with a uniformly colored coat and small, round ears. Its elongated body and short legs make it unique among felines. The blue banana, also known as Java blue, is a delicious exotic fruit noted for its bluish color and unique vanilla flavor. Native to Southeast Asia, this hybrid of two banana species is grown primarily in the Canary Islands. Unlike other bananas, it is cold-resistant, making it ideal for cooler climates. The Overland Train Mark II is an impressive amphibious vehicle that was developed to meet demanding military and heavy lift needs. With its imposing dimensions, this colossus measures 98 meters long and is equipped with a total of 54 wheels, capable of transporting up to 600 tons of cargo. Mount Iwaki in Japan has a road so extreme, it's called the Road of 100 Vomits. 43 hairpin bends in just 5.6 miles with a 7% gradient. It's so demanding that cycling is only allowed on it 1 day a year during a special event. Ideal for brave souls with a stomach of steel, The Loch Nagar crater was created on July 1st, 1916, when the British blew 29.8 tons of explosives under German lines during the Battle of the Somme. The explosion was so brutal it was heard in London and left a crater 427 feet wide. Today, this immense hole is a memorial site remembering the thousands of fallen soldiers. Presenter Michael Buffer not only made history with his powerful voice, but also with his wit. He recorded his iconic phrase, "Let's get ready to rumble," in 1992. Since then, he has earned approximately $400 million, licensing its use in events, video games, and products. Eric Barone, creator of Stardew Valley, spent 5 years developing the game alone, while his partner Amber Hageman supported him financially. He worked more than 10 hours a day without a break, and it was his first game. Today, it has generated more than $300 million, a story of love, faith, and digital harvests. Joshua Vides transforms sneakers into optical illusions. His black and white designs look like they're straight out of a 2D comic book. Each pair is hand-painted, becoming a unique work of art. You're not just walking in style, you're walking inside a living vignette. In 1972, astronaut Charles Duke left a family photo on the lunar surface during the Apollo 16 mission. The image, protected with plastic, showed his wife and children as a very personal tribute. On the back it read, "This is the family of astronaut Charlie Duke from planet Earth, who landed on the moon on April 20th, 1972. Some orchids look like they came straight from a natural art gallery. There are varieties that mimic bees to attract pollinators. Others are shaped like flying ducks, apes, or even birds in flight. In 2005, artist David Cho painted murals in Facebook's offices and agreed to be paid in stock instead of cash. At the time, it seemed like a risky bet, but over time, those shares were worth $200 million, a stroke of genius that made him a multimillionaire. The theremin is one of the most unusual instruments in the world because you can play it without actually touching it. It was invented in 1920 by Russian Leon Theremin and is considered the first electronic musical instrument in history. Its ethereal and mysterious sound made it famous in science fiction and horror films. To play it, the musician moves their hands near two antennas. One controls the pitch and the other the volume. It works thanks to electromagnetic waves that detect the position of the hands. Did you know that the Beatles' legendary Abbey Road album was almost called Everest? The name came from the brand of cigarettes smoked by their sound engineer, Jeff Emmerich. Traveling to the Himalayas to do a photo shoot on the world's highest mountain was even considered. But laziness won, and the Beatles ended up crossing the street from the studio. In 1920, Cleveland shone as the fifth largest city in the United States, full of factories, immigrants, and opportunities. Today, it ranks 54th, a reflection of the country's economic and immigration changes. Even so, it remains the most populous city on the shores of Lake Erie and the second largest in Ohio. Can you imagine ordering your food and having it arrive while it spins on a roller coaster? At the UK's roller coaster restaurant, dishes speed down rails straight to your table. In 2012, Ireland witnessed an incredible case. A pair of twins were born 87 days apart. This phenomenon was due to one twin being born prematurely, and after a long waiting period, the second twin was born full term. Carrot House in Warsaw, Poland, is officially the narrowest house in the world, measuring just 36 inches at its narrowest point. This ingenious design defies architectural convention, creating a functional and unique space in such a small area. The building reaches its widest point at 5 feet, which is still extremely narrow for a home. The Grace of satellites, known as Tom and Jerry, have a very special mission, measuring Earth's gravity. These twin satellites maintain a constant distance measuring link via K-band microwaves. Flying in formation about 137 miles apart, they provide crucial data on the distribution of the Earth's mass. Mike Tyson made a surprising and memorable appearance in the comedy The Hangover, where he played a comically caricatured version of himself. Tyson appears as a key character in the protagonist's quest to unravel the chaotic and drunken events of a wild bachelor party in Las Vegas. The Egyptian Museum, located in Cairo, houses an extensive collection of Egyptian antiquities, including the iconic solid gold funerary mask of Tutankhamun, discovered in his tomb in 1922 by archaeologist Howard Carter. Porcupines make such strange sounds that many mistake them for human wails or upset babies. These vocalizations, called distress sounds, may sound funny, but they serve a purpose: to warn or attract attention. Ice hair, also known as ice hair, appears on damp branches on cold nights thanks to the action of the fungus Ixidiopsis effusa. This causes the water to freeze into fine threads like white strands straight out of a fairy tale. In Helsinki, Finland, Burger King took the fast food experience to the next level. It installed a sauna inside the restaurant. Customers can eat a Whopper while relaxing in the steam, with towels and personalized service. The Greta Otto butterfly looks like something out of a fairy tale. It has transparent wings. Only the edges are colored, which can be black, brown, red, or orange. This natural camouflage makes it almost invisible among the plants. The northern bald ibis is a unique bird with glossy black plumage, green and purple highlights, and a bald red head. Its long, curved beak and the drooping feathers on its nape give it a striking appearance. It lives in arid areas of Europe, Asia, and Africa. It is endangered, so its protection is vital. The 1966 Batmobile, used by Adam West in the classic Batman series, is a true gem on wheels. It sold in 2013 for $4.2 million, breaking movie car auction records. The lucky buyer was Rick Champagne, an Arizona fan with a superhero soul. This iconic vehicle not only represents nostalgia, but also television history. Adia Leyland and Adriel Luca Nataraja, born in Canada on March 4th, 2022, set a record as the most premature twins, being born 126 days early. They arrived into the world at just 22 weeks gestation, weighing Adia 11.6 ounces and Adriel 14.8 ounces. Their original due date was July 8, 2022. The griseus, or ghost bird, is a true master of camouflage. During the day, it blends perfectly into the dry branches of trees, making it almost impossible to spot. This incredible adaptation helps it stay safe from predators. Ants are the kings of micro-naps, as they can sleep up to 250 times a day, taking naps of only 1 minute each. Despite this frequent rest, they still get almost 5 hours of sleep in total. Yet they always remain alert. Apple's first logo showed Isaac Newton sitting under an apple tree with a design so ornate it looked like an old-fashioned book illustration. It was created in 1976 by Ronald Wayne, one of the company's founders. During World War II, Leningrad was under siege and infested with rats, to the point of attacking sick children and spreading disease. To combat them, the Russian army sent 5,000 Siberian cats, expert hunters, forming the famous Meow Division. The Leptotyphlops carlae is so tiny it easily fits in a teaspoon. It measures only 10 centimeters and is as thin as spaghetti. Discovered in Barbados, it is the smallest known snake among more than 3,100 species. A reptile that looks more like a lost noodle than a hunter of the animal kingdom. Otters juggle pebbles, tossing and catching them like little circus performers. In young people, this improves their coordination and agility, while in older adults, it helps keep their minds active. A perfect blend of training, play, and absolute cuteness. When the Statue of Liberty was inaugurated in 1886, its hue was reddish-brown thanks to the pure copper coating. But over the years, oxidation created a layer of blue-green patina that protects it from wear and tear. Its color has changed, but it remains the same icon of freedom for the world. Polar bears, the largest land carnivores on the planet, can reach 9.8 feet in height when standing on their hind legs. Weighing up to 1,543 pounds, they dominate the Arctic with strength and elegance. A giant stuffed animal, but with claws and fangs of respect. The mimic octopus is a genius at camouflage. It can transform into up to 15 different species, such as sea snakes, flatfish, or jellyfish. It changes its color, shape, and mode of movement depending on the predator it wants to avoid. The strawberry is unique in the plant world. It is the only fruit that bears its seeds on the outside, with about 200 per piece. But the curious thing is that these seeds are not seeds at all. They are the actual fruit. Each one contains a single seed inside. The name Wendy became popular thanks to J.M. Barrie's Peter Pan, since it had barely existed as a proper name before then. Barrie created it inspired by how a childhood friend of his, Margaret Henley, would say Wendy instead of friend. Since then, thousands of girls have been named after him. Sologamy is a practice in which a person holds a ceremony to marry themselves, as a symbol of self-love and self-sufficiency. Although it has no legal validity, many see it as a powerful declaration of emotional independence. It has become especially popular among women in the US and Japan. Hot air balloons fly thanks to Archimedes' principle. The warm air inside the balloon becomes less dense than the cold air outside. This difference creates a buoyant force that pushes them upward, a marvel of physics that allows us to float among the clouds. In tournaments, tennis balls are changed every 7 to 9 games to maintain optimal performance. Tennis balls are replaced due to wear. The rule is that this should be done for the first time in a match after the first 7 games. They are then changed every 9. Did you know that urban birds have changed the way they sing? In the city, they sing faster, higher-pitched melodies to stand out among the noise of traffic and hectic life. It's their way of saying, "Here I am," a surprising adaptation worthy of an urban soundtrack. Belgium broke records by going 652 days without a formal government between 2018 and 2020. During that entire time, it operated with an interim government, as if nothing had happened. Despite the political uncertainty, the country carried on. High in California's White Mountains lives Methuselah, a 4,850-year-old pine tree. It's the oldest known living thing on Earth, and it's seen more history than any human. From pharaohs to satellites, this tree has stood silently by. Did you know that a sneeze can shoot out at 93 miles per hour? It's almost like a mini nasal hurricane. Droplets can travel up to 26 feet, carrying with them whatever your body wants to expel. It's a natural defense against dust, viruses, and other annoyances. The sky never rests. Every day, approximately 8.6 million lightning strikes occur worldwide, which is equivalent to 100 lightning bolts per second. Did you know that SpongeBob was almost called SpongeBob? That was the original name chosen by its creator, Steven Hillenburg, but they had to change it because it was already trademarked, possibly due to an artist's pencil. Thus, the iconic SpongeBob SquarePants was born. In the United Arab Emirates, they make it rain with drones. They use this technology to inject salts into the clouds and produce artificial rain. It's a modern way to combat drought in arid areas. This improves water availability in a desert environment. Did you know that the 5 Olympic rings represent the world's continents? Blue represents Oceania, black represents Africa, red represents America, yellow represents Asia, and green represents Europe. Each color was chosen because it appears on at least one national flag. Tuvalu, one of the smallest countries in the world, struck gold online by selling .tv domains. Thanks to this, it receives $1 million every 3 months. This income has been key to its economy. .tv is highly sought after by media and entertainment platforms. Did you know that peanuts aren't nuts but legumes? They grow underground, in pods like beans or lentils. Unlike nuts that come from trees, peanuts grow in the ground. A hidden surprise in your favorite snack. Kawaii ducks have become an adorable symbol of happiness and good vibes. The word kawaii in Japanese means cute or cute, and its aesthetic has spread throughout the world, especially in anime. Their characteristic yellow color is associated in Asia with joy and positive energy. Fireflies illuminate the night with a magical light that doesn't burn. It's cold and 100% efficient. They don't waste energy on heat. Everything goes directly to the glow. They use this glow to attract mates in the dark. Don Quixote de la Mancha is considered the first modern novel because it breaks with fantasy and focuses on the reality of its time. Published in 1605 by Miguel de Cervantes, it portrays an authentic society and characters with human flaws. It doesn't idealize, but rather reflects. Its impact on literature is immense. The Savannah cat is a spectacular feline, a cross between a domestic cat and an African serval. It can weigh up to 28.7 pounds and has an appearance reminiscent of a small leopard. With its long legs, large ears, and dark spots, it is as elegant as it is exotic. It's also sociable and affectionate, a beast with the soul of a pet. James Cameron sold the rights to Terminator for just $1 so he could direct it himself. Although he was a novice director, his passion for the project led him to that risky deal with producer Gail Ann Hurd. She bought the script, put him in charge, and together they created a legendary film. The film premiered in 1984 and was a worldwide success. The Hyundai logo isn't just a stylized H, it hides a very special message. It depicts a customer and a brand representative shaking hands after closing a deal. This gesture symbolizes trust, honesty, and commitment, key values for the company. Rice isn't just a side dish, it's the basis of life for 3.5 billion people worldwide. 90% of its consumption occurs in Asia, where it is an essential part of every meal. China leads the world as the largest consumer. This humble grain sustains entire economies and guarantees food security for millions. In Monaco, there's barely room for a pin to drop. With a population density of 19,361 people per square kilometer, it's the most urbanized country on the planet. Qatar, Oman, and San Marino are among the few countries in the world without natural forests. In Oman, some 800 hectares of planted forests have been created, but they do not count as native forests. In Qatar, the desert landscape limits vegetation, although some trees can be seen in private gardens in Doha. San Marino, due to its small size, also lacks officially recognized forests. Although they may seem harmless due to their size, mosquitoes are the deadliest animals on the planet. Each year, they cause more than 700,000 human deaths by transmitting diseases such as malaria, dengue fever, Zika, and yellow fever. Hong Kong is not only an impressive financial center, it's also the Rolls-Royce capital of the world per capita. With more than 1,000 Rolls-Royce vehicles registered and a population of 7.5 million, it outnumbers any other city in proportion. Did you know that rabbits use their ears as natural air conditioning? Since they can't sweat, they rely on their long ears to keep cool. Thanks to a sophisticated system of blood vessels, they regulate their temperature through vasodilation or vasoconstriction. So when it's hot, blood flow in their ears increases and they dissipate heat. In 1867, the United States bought Alaska from Russia for just $7.2 million, less than 2 cents per acre. The Russians thought it was useless land, but everything changed when vast resources such as gold, oil, and a multi-million-dollar fishing industry were discovered. Fulcus phalangioides, also known as long-legged spiders, are harmless to humans and play a useful role in the ecosystem. They feed on other spiders, including some dangerous species like the redback spider. The phyllium is a true master of camouflage, capable of perfectly mimicking leaves in its natural environment in Asia. This insect appears almost invisible, blending in with the surrounding plants. Its unique appearance allows it to evade predators and survive in the wild. Kiribati Island in Kiribati has the honor of being the first place to welcome the new year, thanks to its location at UTC +14. This makes it the first piece of land to welcome the global celebrations. While the rest of the world is still counting the hours, Kiribati is already celebrating. The Euplectella aspergillum, known as Venus's flower basket, is a fascinating marine sponge that lives in the deep waters of the Pacific and Indian Oceans. Its silica skeleton has a glassy structure and creates stunning geometric patterns. Arabic is written from right to left, both handwritten and in print, a unique characteristic that persists in books, articles, and even online content. This writing direction contrasts with that of Arabic numerals, which are written from left to right. Watermelon with 92% water is a refreshing and healthy fruit. Surprisingly, its white part contains citrulline, an amino acid that promotes blood circulation and helps reduce blood pressure. This makes watermelon a perfect ally for maintaining heart health. Horses have the incredible ability to sleep standing up, thanks to a locking reflex in their joints. This mechanism allows them to rest without falling, which is essential for their survival in the wild. This allows them to stay alert and ready to flee from potential predators. Dolphins have an incredible ability to regenerate their tissue twice as fast as humans, thanks to special proteins. Their skin renews itself every 2 hours, and epidermal growth is 1.7 times slower in some areas and 8.5 times faster in others. According to a study by Luann Brizendine, author of The Female Brain, women speak around 20,000 words a day, much more than men, who speak around 7,000. South Sudan, which gained independence in 2011, and Montenegro, which seceded from Serbia in 2006, are the most recent countries to join the world map. Both emerged after independence processes, marking important milestones in geopolitical history. The Smithsonian Institution's National Museum of Natural History, located in Washington, D.C., is the largest natural history museum in the world, with more than 146 million specimens. Its iconic green dome and enormous size make it easily recognizable. Admission is also free, allowing everyone to explore its impressive collection at no cost. Soviet apartment buildings, such as Khrushchevkas and tenements, were designed to house large populations in the former Soviet Union, reflecting the large-scale urban planning of the time. They were inexpensive and constructed from concrete panels or brick, with between 3 and 5 floors. These prefabricated buildings were similar to tenements, offering quick and functional solutions. The Star Ferry is a ferry line in Hong Kong that has been operating since 1888, crucially connecting Hong Kong Island with Kowloon City on the peninsula. David Bowie made a brief but significant appearance in the comedy film Zoolander, where he played himself as a fashion judge in a scene that became one of the film's most memorable moments. The scene in which Bowie appears as a fashion judge centers on a competition between the main characters, played by Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson, who play the roles of male models. Kiwis are unique, tailless birds with soft hair-like feathers. Their eggs are astonishing, accounting for approximately 20% of their body weight, making them one of the largest relative to the bird's size. The Charles Bridge in the Czech Republic is famous for being adorned with 30 Baroque statues depicting saints and religious figures. Among the most notable are the statues of Saint John of Nepomuk, Saint Lutgard, and Saint Vitus. The underwater waterfalls of Mauritius are a stunning visual phenomenon that attracts tourists from all over the world. Although they are not true waterfalls, this phenomenon occurs when ocean currents drag sediment into the depths of the ocean, creating the illusion of water falling from great heights. Located near the island of Mauritius, these underwater waterfalls can only be seen from the air, offering a spectacular view of the turquoise sea and deep waters. Meet Odd.Bot, the organic robot revolutionizing agriculture. This little green engineer pulls weeds without the need for chemicals, making it a much more environmentally friendly option. Its secret lies in its 100% organic design. Yes, all natural. Odd.Bot moves autonomously along the rows of crops, propelled by heavy-duty tires, and works tirelessly to keep the plants weed-free. Imagine a cat so big it looks like a miniature lion. Kefir, a Maine Coon, is one of those giant felines that defy gravity. Adopted as a tiny kitten by a Russian woman, this cat has grown incredibly. At just 2 years old, he already weighs over 26 pounds and is over 4.9 feet tall. At a restaurant in China, waiters use roller skates to move faster within a 107,640 square foot space. This original idea has transformed the service experience, allowing employees to glide around the space carrying trays of food, which not only improves efficiency but also creates a fun spectacle for customers. Although some might think it's dangerous, it seems that the skill of the servers on skates has made this practice a signature of the restaurant, and many customers enjoy watching them in action. Chinese police now have a futuristic ally, a spherical patrol robot that can reach 18.6 miles per hour in just 2.5 seconds. Inspired by a design from the Mercury probe project, this high-speed marvel can travel on both land and water. It's like something out of a science fiction movie, combining cutting-edge technology with police work. Have you ever imagined wearing shoes so big you could walk on them like some kind of giant? Gregory, a 55-year-old shoemaker, made it a reality. During the pandemic, he came up with the idea of creating size 75 leather shoes, a gigantic size. Board shoe racing is an ancient tradition of the Shuang people in China's Guangxi province, dating back to the Ming Dynasty. During this competition, teams of 3 people run together wearing shoes made of wooden boards, measuring 3.3 feet long, 3.5 inches wide, and 1.2 inches thick, with leather straps to hold them together. In Greece, during the celebration of Orthodox Easter, there is a very peculiar tradition, a fireworks war between the churches of St. Mark and Panaia Aerie in the village of Vrontados on the island of Chios. Starting at midnight on Easter Sunday, the faithful of both churches fire homemade rockets at each other, creating a kind of celestial battlefield. This tradition, which dates back to Ottoman times, originally used real cannons filled with gunpowder. The most curious thing is that, despite the intensity of the confrontation, it always ends in a draw, which is resolved the following year. There are some very unusual contests, and one of the most fun is the one to choose the ugliest dog in the world. This peculiar event is held every year in California as part of the Sonome Marin Fair. Since 1970, dogs with unusual characteristics compete for the title, and the lucky owner of the ugliest dog receives a trophy, $1,500, and an all-expenses-paid trip to New York. Self-propelled modular transporters are giants on wheels, created to transport heavy and bulky loads, such as large bridges or industrial components. The remarkable thing about these vehicles is their ability to maneuver in tight spaces, thanks to their swivel axles and wheels. Additionally, multiple modules can be connected to adapt to the size and weight of the load, making them essential tools for large projects. The warthog, or Visayan warthog, is a fascinating animal that inhabits the Visayan Islands in the Philippines. Its name comes from the warts that adorn its face, which can grow up to 6 inches long. This warthog has a mane of black and brown shades that runs down its back, giving it a unique appearance. Due to its sparse fur and lack of subcutaneous fat, this warthog is very sensitive to extreme temperatures. During hot weather, it cools off with mud baths, and when the cold threatens, it seeks to cover itself as much as possible. Renowned Japanese architect Shigeru Ban has just inaugurated an impressive work in Madrid, a multi-purpose pavilion. The surprising thing about this structure is that it was built using more than 173 paper tubes, an innovative material that Ban has used in several of his projects for its lightness, durability, and sustainability. What's most incredible is that the construction was completed in just 12 weeks, demonstrating the efficiency and creativity of the design. The largest mammal migration on the planet isn't that of elephants or whales, it's that of bats. Every year, around 100 million cat-sized fruit bats make an epic journey to Kasanka National Park in Zambia. There they feed on the abundant tropical fruit, creating a stunning spectacle of their wings covering the sky. Cinque Terre, which means 5 lands in Italian, is a coastal gem located in the Liguria region of Italy. This group of 5 towns, Monterosso al Mare, Vernazza, Corniglia, Manarola, and Rio Maggiore, spreads along cliffs, offering spectacular views of the Mediterranean Sea. And that's all, Zarpado people. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more interesting content.